Alright, welcome everyone. My name is Paula Phillips, also known as JournalArtista, and this is a live show on Ustream. So if you're watching this on YouTube, this is recorded on ustream.tv, which you're more than welcome to come and join me and follow me over there so you can chat with me live. So if I'm talking to people, it's the people in the live chat. So just yesterday I got some Happy Mail. Let me fix my chat again about that, sorry. So I got this beautiful envelope from the wonderful Janet. And I'm just showing her lettering because, you know, her lettering that she uses on her zine, which Deli showed us, is the exact lettering she uses to put her addresses on. And look, she drew all this in this pattern. But yesterday it was raining. Now I think that this is a, whatchamacallit? Kevlar? Kevlar. No. What's the other word? Not Kevlar, Mylar. Oh boy. One of those. I used to say it's a white suit because that's what we used to wear at work if we were cleaning or whatever. It'll come to me in a minute. Tyvek. It's a tyvek. So anyways, the tyvek completely protected what was inside from the rain. But, thanks Joyceage. But I don't know, maybe Janet was using some Inktense or something, because when Simon handed me the package yesterday, it was weeping. There was little bits of color all over. Good morning, Eileen. But all in all, it didn't come out too bad, so it's absolutely beautiful envelope. There's nothing exciting on the back. And Janet gifted me some wonderful Deli paper. Yeah, this is unlike any paper I think I've felt before. It's not like this shinier side's not waxy. It's definitely not waxy. I don't know, I'm not sure I can compare it to anything actually. So thank you, Jack, for all that. And she gave me some that she decorated. So pretty. There's two different sides. So this is why I gotta maybe hopefully Janet will show up sometime today and tell us, because one side, look how nice this side is. This one's got a little bit of blue circles. You can't see it on the other side necessarily, but I know when you glue it down it's going to be more see-through. But I don't know, do you glue it down this way? Like shiny side down? Should I set up? I'll have to ask. And then another one. Look how pretty this is. It's got some metallic on the top. And some metallic circles. Love them. Love them. And then thank you so much, Janet. She got me some Deli Master's Touch water soluble graphite sticks. So when I searched for these online, I couldn't find any because now that I look at it, on the package it says what? What's that name? On the package it says Master's Touch. These are water soluble large graphite sticks that Deli likes to show us and use. These are the 2, 4, and 6B. But on it said, well no, this one doesn't say anything. It just says graphite stick, water soluble. And now it says Master's Touch rather than that California. There was a different name, the ones that Deli had. I know they're the same thing. But maybe if you want to search for them online, you'll have to search for Master's Touch rather than that. I want to say Capri Sun. It's not Capri Sun, obviously. But it's a funny name, like Pacific Arc. Maybe that's what it was. Pacific Arc. And then Janet also sent me a beautiful card. And you'd think that this is a napkinage, but it's not. This is all stamped. That's a stamped Eiffel Tower. And then she of course, she's got her wonderful handwriting, printing, and then she's got samples of DIY washi. Look at these cool things. I don't know if that's made out of, Deli paper or not. Now I've lost my chat already. Hey, Julie. Eileen, hopefully I said hello to everybody. Carrie, hopefully I said hi, Carrie. So that's beautiful. And then she shows down here another cool thing. It almost disappears. So she's showing the Deli paper down there. So that is beautiful. And the best part of the whole package, in my opinion, was her awesome zine. She sent me a copy that from the July 2014 zine swap that Dee was in, because I absolutely loved it. So thank you so much, Janet, for, I know you guys have all seen this probably on Dee her ugly duckling little zine. And Dee is right. Whoo-wee on the printing. I can't even write that small legibly. Never mind. So thank you so much. I mean, there's so much work, like the milk carton, 2% fat. I absolutely love it. All of this is hand drawn and hand printed. And it's just a little, the Duck Daily Times. So I'm looking forward to Janet's new one. I'm in the zine swap, in Jane's zine swap, so I'm looking forward. Maybe we'll get a second installment in the Duck Daily Times. Yeah, Dee, if you want to check it out on Inkwell, or on Dee, on YouTube, is it Inkwell or Inkywell? I know it's Inkywell on Twitter. But Dee has a video on YouTube of everybody's that you really need to take the time to watch. It's absolutely awesome. So then I also got a package I have to pick up from the post office. I don't know really what that could be. And also, the wonderful Linda got a surprise. I didn't know. Linda sent me some goodies. And this poor envelope was hurting. So I don't think Linda decorated any of this. I think this is transfer. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Linda, but I'm pretty sure this is transfer from Janet's when that got wet. Maybe she. Oh, it's Dee Willingham over on YouTube. Oh. So I don't know if that's true, but Linda gave me and my mom some cute little stamps. I got 2 for my mom. Gotta remember that. So there's these little tiny stamps. One is some cute fruit. And a beautiful little heart. Ooh. Can't see. Still can't see, really. It's a very intricate detail stamp. Like there's, it's not lots of bolts. So thank you, Linda, for those little goodies and the beautiful card. This one is extra. Oh, I'm just dropping things all over the place. You didn't decorate it that way. Look how nice Linda decorated the envelope. Thanks to Janet. So it's so pretty. It looks like Linda did some spraying on a stencil of some type, and then flipped the stencil over and stamped it down on that paper. And this is popped out and some nice jute. So thank you very much, Linda. Appreciate that little surprise. And so that's about it. So on Saturday, we did a couple things with alcohol inks. This is being one of them. This is where we are now. Maybe I'll go in one. I don't know if that made it. So as you can see, we definitely got some interesting texture. Oh, let me put my... I haven't had that much coffee today. I'm not sure how clear you can see it. It doesn't get that nice clear close-up like we used to get. But the darker greens in there is where I started, trying to dry it, and we got some bubbles. I know, my hands are shaky, guys. Hands are shaky. So I thought maybe we could do something to finish this page. And we also did some other experiments over here. So when this one dried, so remember this was heavy gloss medium, it dried exactly the same way it was put down. It didn't absorb any more than, you know, before. It just dried exactly. And now you can see how the gel medium, it really is glossy. Over here, same thing. I love what it did. It's really cool. Like, you can see the gloss, the gel there. Hi, Jeannie. And I really like this. And you can achieve the same. I don't know if it's because of the shiny. Maybe you can't tell the shiny. I'm trying to angle it so you can get some type of. So that was cool too, how it pooled around certain areas. And remember that was light molding paste that was somewhat dry. Medium. It was medium dry. Maybe not even. And then of course we were over here doing this. So now this is all dry now, so it's not sticky anymore. But really it's sticky. Oh, let me turn off my phone here. It's really sticky until it completely dries. So I really suggest not to close your journal or cover whatever you're working on until it's completely dry. All right. So that's a recap of what we did before. So I thought maybe today I really feel like completing some of these pages. So now we did our experiments. How can I work? I don't know why I'm holding these. Probably because I want to try them actually. What was I gonna say? I want to try these out. But also I want to see if I can create a background and work this page out into something. Maybe this one too. What do you guys think? I took some notes, lots of notes, but I wrote it in shorthand and I don't really understand what I was saying. So I need to sit down and reread what, I'm not sure what I thought I was trying to say. Anyways, what do you guys think? Or you want to see something else? This journal's hurting. That's what it is. Give the graphite a go. That's a good idea, Jane. Drink some coffee. This is my Jeannie. This is my second cup, and I don't have any cream, so I'm drinking it with almond milk, which is a struggle. Now, what do I want to try it on? Let's go into this journal. See what we can find. Well, I haven't looked in this one for a while. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try the wet on wet. So I'm going to wet one side and then I will oh boy, that's great. That's some real clean water I got going on there. Yuck. I have to wait till Simon gets home and beg him to get me some new water. So 6B. To be or not to be. And 4B. Should have done that in a proper order, huh? Morning, Angela and Dixie. And 4B. Yeah, so it doesn't do much wet on wet, that's for sure. Okay, let's find a little brush. So this is 6B, which is definitely the darkest. 2B, or not 2B. Can anyone say that without saying? So like Dee says, I think that maybe the darker the color, the more it moves around. The ones that Dee shows is the like 8, like 7, 8, 9, or a little bit darker of graphites. And then this is 4. So you can really move it around. That'll be fun. Thank you so much, Janet. I'm looking forward to bringing them with me on my trip. See if I can sketch some rocks out on the coast. Yeah, wet on wet's not what I'm looking for. Although then they don't move after that. They do go a long way, Dee, that's for sure. How fun. Thank you so much, Janet. So if you're Canadian or watching this, even if you're not Canadian, these seem to be only found at Hobby Lobby. I guess the Master's Touch brand is Hobby Lobby, eh? There's no Hobby Lobby here in Canada. Maybe one day. Definitely not anytime soon. Lots of rocks. Yeah, I think it's perfect to sketch like landscape. Like it's gonna be a rugged, rocky something. So I'll have fun with that. Oh, I got a little kink in my neck today for some reason. Those are fun. Now, how am I gonna? What are we gonna store them in? Well, I have to put them in here for now. They're from Hobby Lobby Joysage, and of course I just lost. Oh, there it is. They're made by Master's Touch, large, water-soluble graphite sticks, and they're only $3.99. Like I say, it does come with a darker set. 2 different sets, so that's pretty. I think that's a pretty good deal. So I'm gonna put these bad boys in here for now. Put them in a baggie. Yeah, I'll have to find the. Definitely gonna have to find the baggie. Those actually are in the kitchen where they belong. Unlike everything else in my art room. Alright. I don't know if you guys said you wanted to see something, but I really feel like you know, like, because sometimes I wake up, I think, okay, I'm going to experiment, but then today, sometimes before I go to bed, I'll think, oh yeah, I want to do that, but then I wake up, and today I just feel like, just creating. So, I'm happy you guys are here for the ride, but that's what we're going to go down. But you never know, right? I start one thing, and I work up, it ends up being something totally different. Alright, let's get out our color wheel, because look what we got going on. We got jewel tones, we've got, you know, monochromatic greens over here, and then we've got green and browns and purples. So I definitely amongst all those, the main color would be a green, but I would say that in the green family, it's this more of a army earthy green. So on this particular one, or any of them that I've used, it says we'll put the arrow, right, one of the starred arrows. So if we put it over there, well then we got green, purple, and this orange. So we can do that for sure. Number 2, this one's even nice. It shows what tone it is, what number. Joysage got baggies in both places. and Linda's got napkins in the kitchen. You don't want any napkins, Linda? Oh boy. I've got so many special ones. Alright, so, like I said, we're going to go for a split. I think this is called split complementary. Haha, maybe not. The only thing about this color wheel, it doesn't tell you which it is. So I will just pretend I didn't say that out loud, because it's probably not the right one. Anyway, so we've got some greens over here. Let's look at the purples. It's going to be a darker purple and an orange. So now I'm trying to think, okay, we got all the greens. Because this is green, maybe we should just do the background. And I'm reaching for craft paint because that's kind of what's close to me. I'll try to do 2 different colors at once. Maybe. What do you think? Should I back out? I don't know where. I'm sure I would have got it at. Well, it would have been Michael's, Joann's, or from my travels somewhere. So I lied. It might be Hobby Lobby or something. But there's a bunch of different ones. I shouldn't say a bunch. There's definitely a couple different options. Oh boy. There's definitely a couple different options at the craft store. And then there's even more options at an art store. So I chose 2 different colors of craft paint. One's apple barrel kiwi. The other one's Americana Hauser medium green. Let's get a 3/4 inch brush. When you use napkins in art, they still look like napkins. I think it depends on how many layers you put on top of it, right? Or what you put on top of it. If you just leave the napkin, and you know what I found too is that depends on the napkin. Sometimes it's almost like they print the cream. So if the napkin is a cream background, instead of using a cream napkin, they printed the cream, and therefore it doesn't really blend in as much. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. So I'm going to go right over this, see what happens. Everything should be okay because it is it is a gel medium, albeit it's the super heavy gel gloss, but so we'll be able to wipe it back. Well, except over here, I gotta be a little bit careful. I think some of the spray went, because the medium wasn't dry, went into the medium, but I'm not sure. I could be quite possibly just wiping off the spray on that one and ruining it. So we'll have to see if what's going to happen there or not. Or if that's going to happen there or not. Drink some more coffee, Paula. I'm only on number 2. Let's see. A couple darker. Yeah, you definitely have to have the right napkin, in my opinion. Okay, so I don't want to wait. I gotta be real quick because I want to wipe some of that back. But I also have some extra stuff here. Let's see if I can find a page that, yeah, I ripped that. That was upsetting. Oh, did I already mention I have a kink in my neck? I apologize if I did. But man, it hurts right now. Alright, let's see. Just a little bit of something over here. I don't know if it'll make this page more of a hot mess than it already is. That probably wasn't the right color of green. But, especially when I turn my head to the right. You know how it is, just I must have slept the wrong way. Okay. Get a baby wipe. Morning, Sherry. Okay, so let's start down here. So I still definitely see some, I definitely see it, the spray, because the spray has mingled with the wet medium. So it's the same thing. I need to flip my baby wipe to find a clean spot so that I'm not just moving paint around. I'm actually wiping it off. And over here, same thing. So not only am I going to take the paint off, but I also want to blend out, well, maybe I don't know if blend is the right word, but I definitely want to distress some of these other areas over here by wiping back some of the paint. See, so I get a little bit of that action. Ice it. What are we icing? I don't get it. I missed the joke. Are you making a hockey reference? Paula's looking forward to using the rest of those baby wipes up. Now everybody's got me confused. I don't know what you're talking about. The queens of icing baby wipes. No, these are Huggies. No, I those Dollarama ones, or those cheap whatever they were, no name brand, I forget. No good. Bad news. For cleanup only. Oh, I hear the dogs are home. Alright. I like it. I mean, this baby wipe is completely green. And you know, I've said before, there's times that I've pressed baby wipes in my art journal and just left them there and came out with some cool designs. Not this one. This one's just green. But you can always transfer that paint, especially if you've got paint that's, if you're using a student grade or an artist grade acrylic, you'll really get some color. You really get some good pigment out of your baby wipe. But this is just, you know, you can do a little soft background. Say if you're doing one of, like the wonderful Barb, if you're doing a practicing your lettering, maybe you want just a little toned background of some kind. Alright, back here. Just creating a soft wash. Alright. I like it. Oh, on my neck. Yes, duh. I need to put ice on my neck. It's weird. Okay, so I'm going to heat this so that when we put on the next layer, nothing funky is going to happen. Heat gun. What we can do to test over here, now that the gel medium is all dry, I'm going to drop a little bit more alcoholic down just in that corner to see what happens. Let's see if I can find some purple. Wild plum or raisin. Oh, we'll do some raisin. So something might happen, nothing might happen. Add a little bit of extra. Simon, I'm streaming. You really love the bright one? Doesn't look like anything's happening other than just moving it. It's getting more into the recesses. See how it's going into the recesses of the design? Can I move any more? So it's definitely doing something. Adding a little bit more color, that might help. So that other color must be wild plum, not raisin. Cranberry. I don't have much wild plum left. Let's see if that moves around a little bit. And let's see, now that we have it over here, this is wild plum alcohol ink. Because now that it's fully dry, I'll add some over here, see what happens. So round one of this, let's see if I can move it with my brush, was on gel medium that wasn't fully dry. I'm moving around with my brush. Probably not the best idea. Probably should just let it move itself. Look what I did. That's bad news. But I had some blending solution, which was fine with my taped up job. Morning, Anita, Lisa, Jean. Jean, I just barely got here. Good to see everybody. Let's see if I can move it. It's moving, grooving. But I don't think that I should lose any of the spray underneath, but I could be wrong. Let us see. So I'm going to put some blending solution on a blending tool. This happens to be one of his newer ones, not the retro one I had before. Let's see what happens if anything. Oh boy, that sunk right in. I lied. All I did was sink right in, and now I did ruin that other part. Okay. So now we know how that works with that. Even if I take a baby wipe, nothing's going down. Let's see. You can be rough with it because, you know, heavy gloss gel is it's plastic. You have to be, I'm more worried about my page on the bottom. So yeah, I just completely ruined that. It completely stained. Let me see if it'll work if I just use some here. Yeah, but I liked how the nice green that it was before that. So, lesson learned. This alcohol ink is completely staining. Yeah, and it's not going to come off. Like, it must sink right into that gel medium. It must just sink. Okay, Jean, I'm going to use my cool dryer I'm not going to give you another heart attack and use my heat gun. So I'm going to dry this. I'm very disappointed in myself. I shouldn't say disappointed in myself, because we were playing. It wasn't me that, you know, I didn't expect that it would be so staining like that. In fact, I thought it would resist it. So if it had been dried for my show on Saturday, I mean, it would have been an even bigger of a flop, that trying that. Alright, cool gun. And I press in the cool button. Right, it's going to be sticky. Oh yeah, Carrie. Alright, that's going to take a while, especially over here where I dripped it on. So we're not gonna play with that. But what I am gonna do at this point, I think, I mean, don't get me wrong, we're getting some cool things here. The tear. Oh, yeah. So some things are happening. Maybe if I'm just more patient, some of that green will come up through. Now it'll be more purple, right? So maybe I just need to have some patience and let this do its own thing. Now let me see if I can blend. There's definitely some spots over here where it's just white, where you can really see the white of the background. I'm just using a baby wipe. And more, I'm just kind of transferring the ink or moving the ink around. It's obvious I'm not wiping it off. Well, you can't because it's sunk into it. You can't really wipe it off. But I'm kind of tinting the other spots that may have not have as much. So same as over here. Alright. So I'm just going to shock everybody and get everybody all worked up and say that I'm going to spray this entire thing with some green. Let's see which one's beside me here. This is Lindy Stamp Gang Starburst Spray and Travel Teal. I think it's called Travel Teal. So let's see how it goes now. I'm going to start at this. I'm going to spray it down because I don't like how, I know Jane said she liked that one the best, but there's too much lighter color going on there. So I'm going to use some green. See what happens. So I'm going to tilt it. This is the first time I'm using this color, so prime this. Whoa, that's green. That is green, my friends. A little bit over here. Let it drip. I think once that dries, it's going to be cool. Let's see, can you see what's going on if I hold it like that? Alright. So nobody freak out. It's just a little spray. So I like to move, if I spray something like that to let it drip, I tilt it all different ways. Not every time though, I guess it depends on what, you know, what the composition is on my layout. Now I'm gonna let that sink in for a second and then see, and then move some of it around maybe. Whoa, was that blurry? Sometimes you need to give it a little extra help. Alright. So there's lots of overspray. You can clean that off, but especially looking in my camera, I really like how it looks like it's a shadow or something. Now obviously the shadow's in different spots because they're all over, but I like that. So let's see what happens. Alright, so I'm just dabbing off a little bit. I want some of the jewel tones to come through, right? Just dabbing slightly. Okay, let's let this do its own thing for a couple of minutes, and then we'll come back and see. So we were also working on this one, and I must say, I'm not. The more I work in these dilutions journals, the more I struggle. I don't like how they constantly crack. I could buy a heck of a lot of composition books for the amount I paid on these journals. I seem to have just as good of a, how can I put this? My moles are just as durable as this, if not more durable. Already my pages are starting to go, but it's more of this cracking spine stuff. And I know you can do things and whatnot, and yes, it lays flat and blah. But so far I'm working through it. Hi Brenda, just taking a real quick some people just freak out if I cover something. If they really like something and then I cover it, look out. It's bad news. Okay, we need some stamping. We need some black stamping on our next layer. So let's see what we got going on. Again, it's more of a fall print. But we just want a little something. So maybe I will get out this. Remember, this is the mini classics because it's what's around me. Ooh, let's use the clock, and then maybe we can have something about falling back, because that is this weekend. All right. So if you're picky like that, you do want to look at the clock to see if you have your, the 12 in the proper position. If that stuff's important to you. Now, let me look at my black ink pad. Yeah, everybody's using their silhouettes. Boy, oh boy. Yesterday, Dee streamed with some cuts. Then Jean streamed. Alright. And this is all full strength because it's a pretty vibrant background. So I'm not doing any off stamps here. I mean, you can if you want, don't get me wrong, but I think it needs to be full strength for this particular. So I do count them 2, 4, 6, 7. Let's see. Some hanging off the edge there. And one more maybe here. Oh, that was a terrible stamp job on that bad boy. Oh, now I can look up at the thing. So now I got too much going on over there. This could be a long day. 4. That's good enough. So I was just stamping in archival black. So that it's permanent. Let me see, go back down. Usually I do it in my head. It's just automatic. Alright, I like that. But I like how, see how I've got those brown parts peeking through the coppery bits there? Those are the ones that are from alcohol ink, and I really like those looks there, those splots. Maybe I need to add, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a color. Should I add brown, a little bit more reddish of a color? Alright, this one happens to be, I think that these, again, Red Hot Poker Orange. Lindy Stamp Gang Starburst Sprays. Just ask ETE. Uh-oh, what? Time doesn't change until November. It's like, I got a couple weeks. But it's still in, you know, the fall back thing. Who knows? Alright. But this time, I don't want to spray, you know, all over and drip it down. I've already got drips going with that part. So I'm just going to put my finger on top and do some splots on top. Get some extra splots. Because I like this so much that I don't think it needs very much for me, other than a quote or, you know. I don't want to cover up any text, all the nice texture and stuff with, say, a collage image or something like that. That's a big splot right there. That splot's starting to look like a, oh, it's doing its own thing. That splot is doing its own thing. Alright. Oh, I thought I turned my volume down. The one thing is when you do those big splots like that, it does take a long time to dry. You know, because I like the way the mica pools. When you do these big splots, the mica moves and pools in different ways. And to get that goodness, you have to kind of wait a little bit. So, put this bad boy over here. Oh, let's try. Oh my goodness, looking to my left is a really pain in the neck. It's a real, literal pain in the neck. Okay, so I got two things drying now. Let's go back to this one, see what's happening. See if anything cool, extra cool is happening. I do like what's going on down here. See how we got, now we got gold. Let me try to put my elbows down so we can get a little bit of, so you can see the mica. The shiny part is the mica. Let me just try to go super close and then we can back it up. Except, which doesn't help if I'm not on. I know, you can't see. It's probably making people sick. So there's doing lots of funky things in there. Same as over here, although some of those browns, I mean, it's just looking black. It's so dark. Right? So let's back up some of it. See what happens over here. Very cool. You know what? I need some white. So let's see what happens. Because it's one of those days today. I am going to put some white distress stain on this bad boy and see what happens. It could be a really bad decision. And it could be a very big, it could be a flop. Sorry, let me just find my white one that is open. I don't want to open another one. Excuse me for a minute. Oh yes, there are certain supplies I have to have 2 of before I can use one. Welcome to my world. White distress stains is one of them. Another one is the white and black dilutions. I'm afraid to use them because I don't have a spare. Anyways, that's just me in my mental. You're just exposing my crazies right about now. And okay, white distress stain. I just want to see what happens. I'm gonna put some down. Now, some of this green's gonna come up, right? Because we know that this stain, we know that it'll work through the white. So let's see what happens. It's already starting to move. When I said move, it's not the right word. What I meant was it's already starting to tint the paste, right? The stain, not the paste. So see how it's already blue. It's not even white. Make some spots to see what happens. It's already turning. Just gonna put this to the side for 1 second because whenever I use this bad boy and you got that extra little bit on there, I'm just gonna get it off. Get back to the white. Just popping through this, seeing if there's anything that I can add white to while I have it out. Where's the hot mess? Let's just go like this. I do really like the picket fence distress stain, that's for sure. Alright. Hi, Colleen. Hair appointment. Oh, yes, I need to get my hair cut too. Alright. So, we're going to see what happens here. What comes through, what doesn't. I don't like what it's doing down here. So just wipe that back a little bit. So other colors are also coming through this distress stain. So I'm just going to let that do its magic. Maybe bounce off. When I say bounce, I just mean dab off a little bit. See what happens. Because I think as this dries, you'll see more and more. So you see a little bit of the color coming through. I think we may be able to see more color coming through. If not, we can just spray it all over again. Not a big deal. Alright, so I got a bunch of things drying. This one. See, you can take a paper towel and wick up those extra goodies. I'm just moving them around. But I like those bigger splots. Let's move it around. And like I said, I like letting it dry naturally because then you get those real dark edges and a darker pool of mica. I'm going to move this around because it started to turn into a weird looking shape. Ooh, I'm not even on camera, I apologize. Sometimes I'll tap the book, get it to move a little bit more. Let's see. Okay, that's still got some time to dry. Alright, so true to how I work, while those things are doing their thing, oh boy, you want to make sure it dries on a flat surface or your little drippage trails will be running all over the place. Back up. My battery is low. Oh no, this is bad news. Is it not plugged in right? Oh, please don't. Okay, I'm putting you on mute. Mute. I have to go underneath the table. Like right now. Uh-oh. What the devil? I was saying something stronger than that, Jeannie. Hitting the camera. Oh, I plugged in the wrong thing. So I don't know what I got going on. Now my heat gun isn't plugged in, but the laptop's plugging in and it won't shut down, so oh my goodness. I guess I plugged in my hair dryer instead of my laptop. And then of course I hit my camera. Ah! As are frozen. So let's see, is my camera messed up now? Yeah, that was bad news. Bad news. Boy. Like I said, now my heat gun's not quite working. Okay, so I'm still working on this. I've got less than 2 weeks before I go away. So, still trying to work on these backgrounds. Still haven't made a list deciding what I'm going to bring. Like I said, I have decided that I will be streaming when I'm there, so I need to plan for that. Yeah, these viewfinders were from Echo Park paper. I want to say it was Echo Park. Alright, so I have been adding some older scrapbook paper, and so you see I had some strips left over from making something. But I am very tempted to do some jelly plate stuff, thanks to Pam or Janet, excuse me, for the deli paper. So, like for example, here's a napkin. I don't think you can tell very much that it's a napkin on top of there. Maybe some people can. There's also napkins here, with some black paint over them. Hey Pam, I like where this is going. So this is the type of where I'm going to draw or collage. This is kind of the stage I want all my pages at. Couple layers, different things. I'm just having a little coffee break while we look at this. So I'm just looking at pages now. I've got some, let's see. On this side I glued down some Tim Holtz, jelly printed Tim Holtz tissue wrap. And I got some random stencilage there, and then there's stencilage here. But maybe, because this has music notes, it's very linear. Da, da, da. I think I want to add, so when I buy napkins, I like to buy them at Home Sense. This was $1.99 for 20. Regular, whatever, $4 or something. So I think it's Home Goods for you guys in the States, or TJ Maxx, or Marshall. You know, one of those type of places. They usually have really fancy napkins. Hi Janet, thank you so much for the gift. I went over it this morning, and just to sorry guys, I know I talked about this already, but it got a little wet. But the fun thing was, because it was raining and my wonderful post office guy didn't put, but the fun thing was Linda sent me something as well, and her envelope got decorated because yours was wet. And I don't remember where that, oh. See? So you decorated Linda's envelope too. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm missing some. I don't know if you're talking to Carrie or myself. Caps and a heart would be good for me so I can see what's going on in chat. Thank you. But Janet, I did have a question. On your beautiful papers, so it looks like you did some art on the non-shiny side. Does that mean you glue down the shiny side? Or does it matter which side that you work on? Because it seems like, yeah, it seems like you worked on the non-shiny side. Hey JJ. Is Janet, maybe she can't hear me. Janet, can you hear me? Okay, so when you're gluing down napkins, it's definitely important that you remove all the layers. And some of them, especially these fancier ones, have 3. I've never used jelly. Oh, whoa, that's the wrong thing. Sorry. Clicked off. Oh, Janet's, I want to know, like, do you always work on the shiny side? Does it matter? Does it matter which one you glue down? I guess I can just test it myself. So, I have issues getting this last layer. Does anybody have any tricks? Sometimes I cut the corner. Because where it's perforated on this second layer, sometimes they stick together. Gosh, my other ones were so easy to take apart, the ones I'm sending in the swap. There we go. Because if you try to glue it down with this extra layer of napkin here, it's bad news. Believe me, it's bad news. It starts going everywhere. You work on a non-shiny side. No, but I mean when I want to glue it down now, Janet, you still glue it down just like this. Put a piece of scotch or masking tape on either side and they will pull apart. Whoa. Thanks, Jean. I'm going to have to find some scotch tape. Alright. One thing about napkins is that if you want a nice even, you don't have to have an even one, but If you want a more even rip, just wet a Q-tip and follow the line. Especially if you're going to use it on a card or something. See, this particular napkin has a 4-print. In the print, you know, the typewriter is going in different directions, but on my page I'm going to want the typewriter to go in all of the same direction. So if I tried to rip this without wetting it, it would just be... it would be all over the place. So. All right. So let's go back to this. Got my napkins. Need to find some... oh, that's one thing I need to get before. I need to go to Michael's and get some glue. I'm hurting on the glue front. And I gotta go to the post office. Little coffee. Alright, so I want to work in some of these pieces over here, right? So I'm going to overlap. And I'm doing this while my other stuff is, the other pages are drying. So I just push it, see how I push it into the middle of the page. Alright, and I do like to saturate it pretty well because that's where you get the napkin to go real translucent and blend into your page. Remember everybody, Linda doesn't want any more napkins. Don't send Linda any napkins. Guys are crack-a-lackin'. Carrie's gotta stay. Are you gonna be able to go home in between, Carrie? I'm not. I apologize. I can't remember how far away your parents live. Or are you just gonna stay until she has her surgery? Dun, dun, dun. And if you don't have light molding paste, or sorry, matte medium, and you have a soft gel, then you can use that as well. In fact, a soft gel medium is probably what I'm going to be taking when I go away, because with a soft gel I find I like with magazine images or scrapbook paper, or if you're real gentle you can use napkins and such. I think that's what I'll bring. Alright, I think I'm going to have this third one hanging way off the top here. Yikes! That was a funny yikes. That was a real cartoony yikes. Oh my goodness. It was like, no, don't rip my napkin. I kill myself. Drink some more coffee, Paula. I barf. Ooh, I haven't even been snorting anything yet this morning. Meaning Citrusolve or Alcohol Ink or some art supply. Not anything bad. Oh boy. So if you put all that on there, then if you're gentle enough, either you can wait till it dries or you can just rip it. I'm gonna wait till it dries. So you're only gonna see that little bit of that particular. This one's gonna come off completely, and I can do some nice blending in with that one. So remember what I say, I gotta use it. Oh my goodness, sorry. Anytime I turn my neck to the left, I keep forgetting that it hurts. So I keep forgetting that it hurts. Well, let's see. So on this hot mess, we got some letters going on, and that kind of reminds me of typewriters. So let's just throw this right here. So see how I work? I use three of the napkins on the other journal. I got one left over. So rather than having scraps everywhere, right? It's so easy. You already got everything out just to go into something else and stick it down. Well, it's just what I like to do. So I'm making a hot mess with this blue. You know, that blue was it was either Dilutions or Adirondack Sailboat Blue. I'm not sure which one. But matte medium will reactivate it, so you got to be careful. Or be cognizant that that's going to move and quite possibly smear all over the place. And so as you can see here, the blue is really... Bye, Lisa! Oh my goodness. The blue is really starting to smear, and soft gel doesn't do what? Matte medium matte medium is runny. Soft gel is like room temperature butter. So it's a little bit thicker, right? Then there's regular gel medium, then super heavy. So it's just a little bit thicker than matte medium. You know, if I'm away, when I'm traveling, you know, and I want to put down some hotel ephemera or some stuff I got from the airport, that type of thing, then you need something a little bit thicker. You know, if I'm using scrapbook paper or that type of weight of a paper. Alright, let's go back to this journal, see how much it's dry. It should be almost a couple splots here and there that aren't completely dry. But very close. So I like where this is going. And if you look down here where the bubbles are, try and get the shimmer for you. Whoa! Darn it! I hate when my computer goes to sleep right when I'm doing something. How do I know what to use when? What do you mean, Jeannie? Yup, Jean got it. The thicker the paper, the thicker the medium you use. Or not just paper. The thicker the product. So if you're doing some, you know, if you're adding something heavy to your canvases or you know, a 3D project, then the extra heavy gel gloss, which is it's really thick, right? That'll glue down any piece of metal you want to put on your canvas. So the thicker the piece you're gluing down, the thicker the medium you need. Exactly. So once I get to this point, gosh, I just like it so much, there's not much else I want to do to it other than, let's see. Other than adding some black to the edges. So for me, adding black to the edges just helps frame it. I'm not sure. I just like how the way it looks. You don't have to do it if you don't like that grungy look, but I just like how it looks. So if I just take my ink pad, slightly touch some of that where the raised, well, what did we use? We used matte medium when we did this, didn't we? Just get a little bit of texture from the stencil here and there. Oh boy, that's looking nice. Now I need some itty bitty backgrounds. I'm excited about this page, which isn't, you know, that's the main thing. You gotta like what you do, and if it fires, as I say, I'm all fired up. Bye, Angela. Yeah, if your art fires you up, then you're doing something right. All right. So the itty bitty background, I call that. It's an old Stampin' Up set, and really I only use 2 of them. This is like the extra fine spray or dots, and then there's a bigger one with thicker dots. So I'm going to use black again. So some people like, you know, there's all different ways to add texture. Some people use bubble wrap. Some people, you know, and myself as well, been doing the splattering thing yourself with the paintbrush. But I'm telling you, I love itty bitty backgrounds. Alright. So it just adds, let me see if I can find a spot here where it is. A little something. Ooh. And now you can see where, maybe you can't. Let's find out. I got some spots drying there. But, okay, close your eyes. Try not to make you dizzy. So I did edge it a little bit in black so that some of those spots came out more. I apologize, my hands are shaking up a storm. Oh, I love it. I don't know if you guys, how well you can see, but let me just check my thing. I remember from, I think that, yeah, they are, you know, itty bitties, this, I keep saying there's a lot of them around, you know, because it used to be a stamp that came with a demo starter kit for years and years. So it seems that there's a lot of them around somewhere. I think people have found them on eBay and whatnot. Okay, I'm going to take, I unplugged my heat gun, so I'm going to take the hair dryer to it. Now there's no more alcohol ink, right? We didn't, that's all dry. I'm just drying the, where is it? Sweet goodness. I'm just drying the couple extra splots that from the mist. Heat gun. Oh no. Cool gun. Hair dryer. Does it, is this louder than my other one? I never know. Linda, wasn't there a way you made your own itty bitty? Do I remember correctly? Okay. Now. I'm just thinking, which is never a good thing, right? So I'm thinking about title now. I love what, and I title things, or I put a quote because that's what I like to do. Doesn't mean you have to. It's just what I like. Some people do full-on written journaling. Some people put nothing. Think. So I'm thinking too much. So what does that mean? So I should probably turn the page and do something else. Because now that I look at it, if you know, maybe it'd be nice to have a tree, paint in black. You know, I would have to. I want to draw it myself. I can just picture this, you know, completely black tree with limbs. You know, bare limbs. No more leaves on them. Oh my. Ooh, when I giggle sometimes. You know what I mean? I think that would be nice. Yeah. So I'm gonna think about that. Put this on the side, and we'll have to go. Now let's go back to this. So what we got here. Putting the white stain over it. How much are they carry? Yeah, with a wood block and seed beads. That's what it means. With it means tacky. So see, it just kind of did a ghost. Sorry, ghost not the right word. It just put a milky white something over it. So. So let's see, where do I want to go from here? I'm thinking again, which is never a good thing, right? Set of 4 for $7.99. So again, if I'm thinking about it, I should just, you know, move on. But I want some purple spray. Okay. Let's go back. Of course, cannot find it. As soon as I get off today, what day is it today? Tuesday? Somebody needs to stream so it gives me some motivation to clean my room. Because I've got a disaster everywhere. So I want to choose like a purplish spray. And I do like the shimmer thing going on here. One thing I do have is this book where I have lots of my embossing folders. Most of them I should say. But it also in the back here has the Lindy Stamp Gang sprays and moonshadow mists and such already sprayed out as a test. So let's see if I can find a purple one. And this is nice too because, you know, I don't know if you can see the gold. You know, some of the stains in the sprays, it may be red, but this has a gold shimmer, and maybe a different one has a different type of shimmer. So I think I need a purple. So this is Voodoo Violet, but that's very light. This is Starburst French Lilac Violet. That's also kind of a light color. So maybe actually some of the Moonshadow Mists, the Burnt Umber, the Moonlit Mulberry, that's a nice, it's got a purple, I don't know if you can see it there, but it's got a purple shimmer to it. But I thought I had a real bright purple somewhere. Pegleg Pete's purple. Phantom fuchsia. Should I incorporate some brown? Aha. This is what I want. Jazzy Driving Purple Starburst. This one. Okay, excuse me for a minute while I... This could be very bad news right here. Like a serious craft-a-lanch. When I say serious, I mean like expensive stuff could fall down and get ruined craft-a-lanch. Alright. I just have to find the right one. We are looking for Jazzy Jan. Okay. There. That was easy. Oh, sorry. Try not to complain about pain, but you know when you got a kink in your neck and I keep forgetting and moving it. Okay. Enough of that. So you do have to shake these. I just hit it with my hand because the mica does settle in the bottom. Okay. So again, I'm going to start. This time I'm only going to focus over in this area where I put that white distress stain. Now really that didn't do much for me. So, oh boy. So what's happening is the distress stain is turning the spray milky. Alright. You know what I mean? So because distress stain reactivates with water, what's happening is it's reactivating the white distress stain and turning it more into a milky puddle rather than the pure, you know, the purple is turning milky. And worse than that, it's turning kind of muddy. Sorry if I'm not anywhere on camera. Alright, look how, when I looked up, that's bad news. Let us see. So, distress stain definitely wasn't a good idea to use on this, or white distress stain anyways, definitely wasn't a good idea to use on this project. But, or definitely at that particular level, or point of the page. I'm looking for some white. Clear spray. Where's my mini misters? It's just going everywhere, but it's not a cool color. It's now turned that nice purple into a brown. See how over here, like it's muddy. It's become, I guess it's because it's become more opaque, right? Alright, I sprayed that a little bit with water, but let's see if I can dab some off. Muddy. Might have to spray a little bit more here shortly. But that didn't turn out the way I wanted to at all. You guys are still knitting? Okay. We're still talking about knitting. That's what I was trying to say. Let's go back to this. So I know we got lots going on today. I hope everybody's just enjoying being here and seeing a couple things. Whoa, back out. just check something. Oh boy, oh boy. I need to be like Carrie, I think, and have my phone, my tablet, my laptop, all at the same time. and then I wouldn't have to like look at this and go back and forth. Gotta juggle things. Okay. Whew. Alright, so I'm just gonna dry this. Should be real quick. Oh, can't use my heat gun. That's not plugged in. It's only a little bit extra, a little bit tacky there, so. Hair dryer. Why did I miss my heat gun? This is awkward. It's awkward saying hair dryer. This is not right. Does anybody want to see anything while we're just playing? I don't want to disappoint anybody. Alright, look at this goodness. We got some beautiful background going. And I've got too much on my desk. I like it, I like it. Let's see, it's purple. Let's see. So this is Magnificent. Again, it's another napkin. Red and purple go together, right? I think it does. Let me check my color. The funny thing about this color wheel for me, actually I don't even know where I put it, is I just say, oh, I like what it looks like, and then I'm second guessing myself and saying, oh, I better look at the color wheel to see if it matches. And now I don't even know where the color wheel is, so. Oh, my neck. I'm gonna have to take a bath. I'm gonna have to take a hot bath. Here's another one. Oh. Red. Okay. So if we have our main thing is blue. I don't know where my big one went already. So we could do the red, blue, red, and yellow. Oh no, purple. Well, I'm just going to be putting violet, red, and blue. I don't know if it's a part of the color wheel or not, but I'm breaking it. I'm breaking it. Linda? Our Linda? See, I missed too much good stuff on Facebook. I really need to go through and mark everybody close friends. But you can't do that on your phone app. I guess I have to log in and separate, you know, family, close friends. Sorry. This might be a long stream. I apologize. You know when you just got a kink in the neck? Every once in a while it just pops up and you can't, or I can't help but express pain. So I apologize. I apologize. But with this page, you know, I love what's going on. I'm only going to put one. Oh, man. So you can take your time and really focus hard on ripping it properly, or you can take Q-tip, wet it a little bit, and then it takes 2 seconds to rip. Okay, but I think I'm only going to want to put one of those here. See how that blends in. Maybe maybe only one here. Look, so then it'll look like it's coming out, and then maybe I can do some drawing or something over there. Oh man. So again, I apologize for the random ows for my neck. Oh. Definitely gonna have to massage that out today. Alright, so use plenty. You want it to be translucent, which means your napkin has to be completely saturated. Of course, if you have this heavy print like this, you're not gonna, it's not necessarily gonna be translucent, but the words are. And see, this type of thing is what, you know, people talk about using napkins. This inspires me because now, I'll bring this closer here. See, as a page starter, all that writing, that black writing, and I mean, as it dries, it'll be less cloudy, right? Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness. Anyway, that kind of inspires me. Oh boy. What the This is one of those days. Drink some coffee, Paula. Sorry, that was probably really, really loud. I apologize. Oh boy. Anyways, what I was saying is that type that's in the background of that inspires me. So now maybe I'll do some black stenciling of script, or maybe I'll take my Sharpie and do my own script, you know, or oh, look at this big blob of well, I think it's a paint of some type. I don't know whether it's watercolor paint or not, but you know, maybe I can mimic this painterly blob over here and over here. That's kind of how I use napkins. Yeah, that's bad news. Sorry. When I was showing my journal up close to the camera, the corner of it got my ink pad. But I do have some extra ones of those, right? So, turn that to the side. Let's see, this girl doesn't have anything on her, so maybe just a wet Q-tip again. Oh, it wasn't all the way wet. Drink more coffee, Jane. Hi, Dana. Good times. I'm just gonna put this whole bad boy over it like that. Right over this girl's face. I guess I should be looking at the chat while I'm doing this. Yeah, I am. I have no cream. I need to go out badly. I need to get glue because I don't have any more Scotch or Aleene's. And I'm actually almost done this little jar. So I do need to go out. Alright. do need to go to Michael's. Definitely before I go away. I love almond milk. Scotch quick dry. But, you know, I can drink it. I love almond milk in my protein shakes, mostly, and that type of thing. But I do drink 10% cream, or table cream, in my coffee. Just because I don't have... So I usually drink about 6 tablespoons of that a day, maybe. I make sure there's enough room in my calorie allotment for that. It's just where I choose. I'd rather choose to use my calories in that way. But I don't have any, so almond milk it is. It just tastes, yeah, Walmart. I haven't gone to Walmart, so I have to figure, I don't know. So back, let's see what's going on over here after we sprayed it. Still got some milkiness going on. Still got a little milkiness, but alright, I'm going to take another stencil from that same set and do that jazzy jivin' jumpin' jive, what's it called again? Jazzy jivin' purple. Hey, Ellie. Okay. Try not to get too much overspray. I hate that. When you get all those little splots everywhere. Alright, same thing. If we want, I've got some goodie spray. Put it in your journal, but then leave it there to dry. But don't forget that it's there. Sometimes I do that, and then when I send the journals on to somebody else, they get the stencil too. Anyways, I'm going to work on that. Let's go back to this. Gotta embrace the splots. I like the splots, but it's just all that. Sometimes when you spray, I find, anyways, for myself, when you spray too much, it's these fine mists in the middle. I get quite, like right here. Let's see if it'll focus. Sometimes those extra splatters, for me, get a little muddy. Alright, let's try that. I do need to work on this book more to be prepared. Heat gun. These are the Lindy Stamp Gang Starburst stains. This one happens to be Jazzy Jive purple. Lindy Stamp Gang.com. And they're great, Ellie, because you can send them. When you buy these, they aren't filled with the liquid, only the mica and the binder, the powders, right? So it's so cheap to send. The shipping is so much better. Bella? No bark. Hair dryer. Heat gun. oh yeah, that too, Dana. Spray everywhere. Look at my hands. Wow. You know, because I've had a heat gun for years, I haven't really used a hairdryer. I haven't ever used a hairdryer in my art journaling because I've just always had my craft heat gun around. Of course, I got out the regular hairdryer for the jelly plate, But it doesn't work too bad on your regular art projects. I mean, it takes a little bit longer than the heat gun. I love Lindy's Stamp Gang sprays. I should go check if they've got some new colors these days. Dilutions red on your face at the grocery store. Or Jean, like Jean, you got some green on your chin at Subway. Been there. Been there, done that. Probably will happen again. They have a lot of new colors. I haven't, yeah, probably since I've bought some, that's for sure. I like to buy, one tip about Lindy Stamp Gang is they like to have sales on around the holidays. If you really need to stock up. Alright. I just mean any American holiday. I don't, when I say holidays, I don't necessarily just mean Christmas. So I definitely need to do some layers of, I'm trying to get everything in. I've got too much. Oh my goodness. I think my neck cramp might be getting a little bit worse. So definitely I need some orange. I just have some orange over here. I need to do some, just regular stenciling, you know, with the makeup wedge. I need to do a couple of layers. And this, I don't know what to do with this. I did some jelly prints, and obviously it didn't turn out right. And, yeah, I don't like that at all. So I need to think about whether, you know, maybe if I should do some more jelly prints on this. Or maybe this needs some napkins. Yes, let's go for this one and make Carrie faint. These are 3-ply napkins too. Let me text my mom, see if she wants 12 o'clock. What time is it, girls? Oh, Lindy Stamp Gang has a coupon right now. Let's see what it says. 15% off this month. October 14th has a limited edition spray set. I shouldn't be looking at this. I need to be saving my money for my trip. Anyway, why did I look at my phone? Oh, I was going to ask my mom if she wanted to go out. 1 second. I'm going to send a quick text. Quick. Let me just ask you. Alright. She'll get back to me in a minute. Good until the end of the month. They do reactivate when wet, but not as bad. Not like, definitely not like Dilutions or Adirondack Color Wash. Nowhere near like that. But they do a little bit yet. Alright. This is a ginormous thing. Let's see. And it goes up like this. So this side of the page is probably the worst. So I think I'm going to put it just like, well actually, so if I do something like this, for example, the top of this napkin looks like the edge of the map. The bottom of this napkin, it's obvious that it's been cut off. So for me, when I think of something like that, and again, I'm just trying to explain it out loud, because normally I would do this in my head, right? I just want to explain how I choose to do things. So the bottom doesn't. So if I were to do it like this, right, it would kind of look, well, I guess it would look like you ripped your map or whatnot. But I think it's fun to make sure this is at the bottom, right? So then it looks like you cut a piece of map, like this is hanging off on purpose. You know what I mean? Rather than kind of floating in the middle of the page. Oops. I texted my sister and rather than my mom. Oh, and my friend Paul is watching. And now I gotta go back to my mom and ask her. Sorry guys. Texting the wrong people. Alright. Now this is a ginormous napkin, so it's going to use a lot of... Tuesday morning had Lindy sprays. You can get Lindy Stamp Gang sprays at whatchamacallit. If you're shopping anyways at Blue Moon Scrapbooking does sell Lindy Stamp Gang products. If you don't, you know, if you need to ship somewhere like Canada or whatnot, and alright. Let's say you want to buy some other things, that is an option too, rather than just ordering directly from Lindy Stamp Gang. Alright. Oh, I didn't see Ellie. I'm going to, I don't know if somebody explained. Bye, Dee Dee. See you later. I'm going to Newfoundland with my father. My father moved back to Newfoundland when he retired a couple of years ago, but he still comes up to work. Comes up to Toronto to work in the summer. So he's going home November 1st and offered to buy me a ticket to go home with him to visit for 2 weeks. So I am looking forward to that. I haven't been in Newfoundland in 21 years. Alright, so this is gonna, you gotta be careful. You can get lots of wrinkles with a napkin this big, but for me, I like the wrinkles. If you put some wrinkles in there on purpose, right, then when it messes up, if it messes up, which is most likely, for in my case, you know, then I don't feel so bad. And I'm like, yeah, I meant to do it that way. Of course I meant to do it that way. Should probably just wait to go shopping tomorrow. Alright, so under this you can see the red a little bit, right? But well, not just a little bit. I can see the red in the chevron stencil that when I jelly plated it. All right. Yeah, I haven't seen lots of my aunts and cousins, and so it definitely will be fun, but I gotta pack, I gotta think about what I'm gonna bring. 17 days is a long time. Especially in Newfoundland. Did I see those waves this morning in Newfoundland? No. What part of the coast was it? Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been in Newfoundland lots of times. It's just once I started working at the box plant the summer I turned 16. And that I just never went back after that. Alright, let's go back to this and see. I'm gonna just do a quick dry. There's a couple spots that aren't dry. Okay. So, I think I'm just turning this into more of a hot mess with all that overspray. Oh my goodness. Now I'm getting texts out the... 1 second. Excuse me. I have no idea what's at the post office. Why I have a package. So where should I take it from here? We got... I do kind of like those glows and whatnot, but some of it's getting... Again, if I'm thinking about it, right? Should I even be... Let's see. For some reason, I feel like I want some black. So while we're working with inks, I'll just get out some Sumi ink. Let's see. Yeah, I say that, and I probably can't find it. This is the Sumi ink that I got from Curry's. Ooh. And there's no rhyme or reason why I choose. I'm just trying to choose some ink. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow is Wednesday. Okay, I'm gonna find a more of a brush. Bacon, Smarties, and beer. Storm food. Alright. For some reason, I just felt, oh no, people are tweeting me, and oh my goodness. So this is how I just kind of work. Like I don't, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't fret too much whether something is going to work or not. I chose the Sumi inks because I believe they're water-based. It's a little bit more water-based than an acrylic ink. I could be completely wrong, but it seems that way to me. I can only go by the experience of how and I don't use, obviously, Sumi inks as they're supposed to be used, but it needs a little black. So this one here. It's very, very black ink, that's for sure. When you put it on full strength. Does anybody tweet me anything exciting? Oh, Jane's DMing me. I gotta go to the post office anyways, because I gotta finish the package that's going to carry with the napkins. Alright. So I'll look up there. Kind of like where that's going. Might have to add more layers as it sinks in. It might not be as true dark as I want it to be. I think over here, it really does help looking up into a picture of your work. Sometimes I forget when I do those things, like see down here, it doesn't quite connect to the edge. I gotta make sure that I connect it all the way to the bottom, that I don't forget to go off the page. Alright. Welcome, Laura. Yeah, there's no bacon Smarties. I think there must have been a comma missing there. Bacon and Smarties. Smarties. But I like where that's going. We'll see. I might continue the full loop, the full circle, especially on this one. This one seems like it needs a little bit of something. But as this sumi dries, it's going lighter. So I'll put this to the side and see where it goes. Alright. I got everything. Oh my goodness. Too much on the go. Alright. Let's see. See, sometimes when you put something down, now it's like, oh my goodness, especially, see how this dried? They don't have coffee crisp in the US? But see how this dried as a big hot mess? And then this is so dark that it's kind of overlapped, you know, everything over there. So let's oh my goodness. I apologize, guys. It's just when I move a certain way, my neck, it's bad news. It's just that really sharp pain. So what I need to rein this back a little bit is what I'm trying to say. And what I'm trying to do is look for some... Okay, so I got some gesso. Remember we used this? Like I said, got a hard piece. There's a hard piece on the makeup wedge. So I just cut it off. Never heard of a coffee crisp. It's a chocolate bar. I thought that they were in the US. I'm surprised. Okay, so I'm getting out some gesso and see if we can help this a little bit. Now, again, even though we have all these layers, this is still this blue is still going to show through this layer of gesso. So it's just kind of got to be cognizant of that. Still using, you know, because this is what's around me, still using the Artist Seller stencils we were using on Saturday. I'm gonna have to go take a bath. This is out of hand. Kink in the neck is nothing worse. So just bouncing some gesso through this. Try to reel it back in when it gets too much of a hot mess. I like to either add black or add gesso, and hopefully we can get it to work out. But look, already the blue's coming through. Can you see it? It's a wafer chocolate bar, exactly, that tastes like you know, more like a mocha. It's got a little bit of a coffee flavor. They're delicious. Not a strong, you know, espresso or anything. But I think it's one of Simon's favorite. So look, it's already coming through. That's why you got to be real careful sometimes when you're using especially dilutions and Adirondack color wash. They are so color saturated, and you know, sometimes when you put it down, no matter how many layers of something I'm gonna put over it is just going to continue coming through, coming through, coming through. It's like Kit Kat, but thicker. And you know, like the cream that's in a Kit Kat between the wafers, it's coffee tasting cream. So I'll put this off to the side where you can see it's coming through again. It's some potent stuff that. Let's see. So I just have a tiny bit left over. Are you talking to me? I'm gonna have to do that title today sometime later. So there's so much dilutions on this page, even if I added more white, it's just going to turn into more bluish something. So that won't be... I really got to think about what to do with those pages. Hot mess. Let's see. Let's add something to this. So I'm just using up what's around, what's on my palette. Don't have much left over here. Sorry, I wasn't reading the chat. Well, if you like coffee, I guess us Canadians are gonna have to start sending ketchup chips and coffee crisp to our friends across the border. My favorite is when, and I'm so bad, because in Canada, Mountain Dew doesn't have any caffeine in it. But in the States, apparently, like, Mountain Dew is one of the highest caffeinated, you know, pops, right? Or colas, or whatever you guys. So I always find it funny when Americans, you know, ask for Mountain Dew here because they need their caffeine fix, and there is none. There's none. Oh boy, that's so bad. I shouldn't giggle at that. Alright. Okay, so we got a couple things there. And I keep going back to this. What am I going to use as a title, as some... Oh, it's because I wanted to draw something on there. I won't do that live. Dill pickle? But I think their dill pickle chips are not like our dill pickle chips. It's more of a creamy dill pickle. Not like the, you know, salt and vinegar potent pickle stuff. So I'm just wondering if, because I have the Sumi ink out, see how when it dries, it's not so black anymore, it just sunk right in? I might have to add some more black or something on top of that. But over here, yeah, I'm gonna have to do that off camera and really think about it. Alright, we'll go back to this guy. So I don't know if I held this close up enough, if you could see. You can see the green. The green you see through it is from the paint underneath it, so I do like it. Ketchup chips are delicious. Sorry, that's because I love ketchup, but I try not to eat that junk. Alright. Heat gun. Hair dryer. Yeah, creamy dill. Did Jane get Jane got a package? What did you get, Jane? Oh, you got something from Linda. I got some happy mail today. I'm gonna go, I'll go to the post office tomorrow and send out some happy mail. So remember, I'm doing all of this because when I go away, I can't bring all these special supplies, right? I can't bring my entire art room when I'm traveling. So I'm trying to do a bunch of different pages so that I have lots of, you know, with limited supply. What the devil was that? With limited supplies, I'll still have lots of options, you know, and lots of fun things to use. Or to create over, I should say. I definitely need to do some just regular stenciling, that's for sure. So this was a DD style page. This was a big watch that Darcy UK sent me a while back. So I put that in there. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Stuck more of the jelly plated Tim Holtz tissue wrap over there. See, this is why I don't like using, when I'm using a jelly plate when you do clean off prints, this is why I don't like using white as a background. Because I get all these, whether I use a white as a background sheet to pull off, sometimes you get all these, this is awkward to me, right? I'd rather have put a dark color down and not have those white parts showing through. Like this. Right? So this is what I like. Or full page. Hard to see. There is something going on there. Okay. This is some beautiful paper from Janet. Janet stamped and sprayed, and I think she used some distress inks on this. So I am going to, oh look, it fits perfectly. 8.5 in this magazine. So I'm going to, Janet says to use a glue stick, but I'm going to, again, spread it on with some, whatchamacall this? Matte medium. Whatchamacall it? Guys, everybody's getting happy mail today. I can't keep up with the chat. I'm so glad everybody's here. I hope it's not, I hope you enjoy just spending time with me in my art room rather than having, obviously I don't have a specific teaching plan or anything. This is just watching me play. Watching me in my natural habitat. We would be like the National Geographic Channel. Now, I think because I did that on top, I am getting a little bit of some distress something coming off. So I gotta be a little bit more gentle. I'll just keep it like that. Yeah, I can't get Deli, but thanks so much, Janet. It's you know, since Janet sent me some, it's unlike any paper I've experienced here in Canada. You know, other than maybe like I don't know. It's definitely different anyway. See, this is what I need to do with so many pages. Just do, maybe not in black, but just go and do a bunch of different layers of stenciling, like this page. This needs a good gesso stenciler too in white, eh? I will, yeah, Ellie, you're on my list. I have some stuff coming to you, so I shall spare a couple. Alright, kind of like where that's going. May not need any more for that. And see, sometimes I don't cover any, I know I've talked about it before, but sometimes if I like the art or whatever's on the magazine, then I don't go into it. Let's see. You know what I say? Use what's around me. What is around me that I can stick down in here? Let's see. I do have this other typewriter. I must like typewriters. I'll stick this one down. Ellie, do you have any of the Tim Holtz tissue wrap? That's very similar in my opinion. Alright. More napkins. Everybody's like, get it. But they are good base layer. Like, they're good, you know, base or middle layers. I find napkins are to build up your collage. Except when you can't open it. I need to find some Scotch tape like Jean suggested. There we go. There we go. Okay, who stole my Q-tip? Oh, it is. So believe me, Tim Holtz tissue wrap is not cheap here either. Like, it's like $25 or something weird. But I do have two. I almost dipped my Q-tip into my matte medium. That wouldn't have went so well. So I'm just using it to help, like I said, to help rip it. Alright, I kind of like how that looks. So I'm going to hang it off the edge a little bit. And when it dries, the edge of it will just, you know, easily come off. Ellie's dad used to teach typewriting. It's funny because I'll never forget high school in grade 9. I took keyboarding and I thought keyboarding was like musical keyboard. Much to my surprise, we walked in and there's all these electric typewriters. I'm like, this isn't what the course I thought I was signing up for. but of course it proved, you know, important to learn those skills. But I really thought I was taking music keyboarding and not typing. Why don't they just call it typing? Then what do they call it now? Do they still call it keyboarding now? Maybe they don't have to call it anything, because I guess with growing up with computers and stuff now, it's probably not even something you have to learn anymore. It probably just comes naturally, because children are using the computer younger ages. Yeah, that was a shock. Ow! My neck. Excuse me. think Simon wants to go to the grocery store. That's always good times. Yeah, it was when I was in high school, it was electric typewriters, but I think I'm gonna have to go, guys. My neck is, I can't, it's just feeling worse. It seems like everywhere I move it now, I'm hurting myself. And there's nothing worse than a stream that's where someone's like, ooh, ow, ooh. Yeah, now we all wish we kept our typewriters. But I think I'm gonna have to go and take a bath or something and get this kink out of my neck because it's not. Oh, look at this. Look how cool this is gonna be. That wasn't even planned. But look how cool it's gonna be. Just, it's right. No, I lied. I did this on purpose. I totally did this on purpose so that the white part would be exactly where her eyes are, and that would, you know, that this would be covering her mouth. Just see how good I did with that. Yeah, I get Simon to take a bath and then go put some icy hot on it. I'm sorry, guys. It's just I don't. You know what a neck kink feels like, anyways. Isn't that cool how that just happened? See, sometimes, you know, when I don't think about where I'm placing something, you get these opportunities or happy accidents because I'm not second guessing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you're arting, when I am anyways, I start thinking too much and then start second guessing, and then those type of things can't naturally happen. Welcome, Gidget. Do you mind sharing where in Ontario, Canada you got it from? Yeah, you know how that goes, Janet. You know how that goes. But I hope that who streams Tuesday nights? I stream tomorrow night. Joyce streams tomorrow during the day. I might come back a little bit later after I've relaxed myself a little bit. It's a supply store in Hamilton. Maybe it's GFS or something like. I know a lot of the. Well, I appreciate it, Trish. I think some of the girls said GFS. Does that sound familiar? GFS? I wrote it down. I gotta work on this book. This book, remember, this is from Dynamite. It was a cheap, it was for their spring collection or fall collection. I don't know how long ago. So sometimes the pages, I need to put some tape in the binding because the binding gets a little bit wonky. Or is getting a little bit wonky. So I had to put one there. The box had 2,000 sheets in it. U-line? We're gonna find some. We're gonna find some. There's gotta be some around here somewhere. Yeah, so look what I did. I was so upset. It's like I got a big chunk out of that page now. So now I've got to work it over here. Work it out over here. I keep saying this. I keep saying I'm going to go, and then I continue just to work on it more. But I will check. My sister has a Costco membership, so the next time I go with her, I'll check Costco. We'll see. But thanks to the wonderful Janet, I shall have enough for a while. So I don't want to go. I do this all the time. I want to go. I'll just do this one thing. And the next thing you know, I'm here for another hour. Bye, Janet. You got some golden opens? Have you tried them out yet, Ellie? I haven't done anything since that last day. And the more I think about it, the more I think that you probably really need to dry your page in between the one you're printing on if you're doing multiple prints, because I found as it got thicker, because the golden open paint stayed wet so long, it was retransferring back onto the print plate the wet paint from the paper, and therefore just creating something extra muddy. So now when I work on this page, since there's a bite out of it, I have to consciously work around that. Anyways, I need to go take a bath, guys. Bye, Joyceage. I may see you guys later. I'll definitely see you around Twitter and such. Okay, I must go. Bye, guys. Thanks so much.